This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with another episode of PlayStation All-Stars. In the last episode, we tackled some of our favorite platformer action adventure heroes in Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. Today, we're going to go a different route with with a game based off a first-person shooter with a deep insight and storytelling, and a reboot that was not bad, but it definitely didn't appeal to a lot of the fans. So anyway, today we're gonna, or I guess we're doing both, but let's start off with the Big Daddy himself. Big Daddy origin: Bioshock, Rapture's genetic experiment. Genetically programmed to search for the atom essential to the social fabric of their undersea cities, little sisters roam through the portals and tunnels of Rapture. Because the substance they extract from the recently fallen is so precious, the girls are accompanied at all times by their fearsome diving suit-clad protectors, the Big Daddies. Armed with a deadly drill, possessed of incredible strength, and capable of quick bursts of speed, the Big Daddies guard their charges jealously, making all who attempt to harm a little sister wish they hadn't. Yeah, the Big Daddies were always tough. They're tough until like the very end of the game, where your character's like maxed out, and that's in any version of the game. But still, they're pretty nasty up to that point. So let's see. What kind of story is? I mean, Mr. Bubbles or Big Daddy, they don't talk much at all, so it'll be interesting to see what their story is. I mean, it won't be much, but it'll still be interesting to see what the Big Daddies and Little Sisters... I bet the Little Sisters probably talk the most during the cutscene.
Hurry, Mr. Bubbles. Hurry, before the others get here. We're close, Mr. Bubbles. 4, 5, 6. I finally adequate. Where are you? Hurry up! Come on, Mr. B. I wish I had some jellies. Come on, Mr. B. What's that? This one still sees the sunshine. Look, Mr. B. Jump! Jump! No one needs to get hurt. No one, unless we miss a skip. I like you ever so much. So full of stuffing. He's my new friend, Mr. B. He'll never split us in two. Go back to your underswampy, Mr. B.
So they fight each other because Big Daddy is super possessive of the little sister. That's actually kind of makes sense. That's kind of funny when you think about the super serious character and the super goofy character. I mean, Sackboy's just supposed to be a silly, you know, platformer. They can create stuff. So anyway, let's go over the mechanics as we beat the crap out of a stuffed doll. Standard square is a punch. Strong forward square is him beating the guy into the ground. Down square is a sweep. Let's grab him and mess him up. Up square is an uppercut. Triangle is drill. Forward triangle is a charge, which is nice to get from one spot to the next. Up triangle is his like drill, but like kind of in a like a specialized drill, like gets a or uppercut drill. This one's really handy. The downward triangle, you basically do like a shock wave that does it builds up action points pretty quickly. Circle, circle, use your plasmids. As is, you can set someone on fire. I don't know how you set that off though. Forward is shock plasmid. Down is freeze plasmid. And up is wind plasmid. Okay, let's get... he hit me with his ability. Okay, we're almost at level 3, luckily. Okay. Yeah, grapple is what I showed earlier. Come on. Well, I guess I'll... okay, down grapple. Slam him down. Up grapple. And that's... okay. Let's get some more action points out of the way. Huh, that didn't... usually it builds up action points pretty quick. Maybe it's when you're in a group or something like that, maybe. Mr. B is a little... or I guess Big Daddy. Big Daddy's a little difficult to play, depending on the group. And his super ability is kind of hard to pull off because he gets interrupted pretty quickly. Man, my super is taking forever to build. And maybe I'm just not hitting him fast enough or whatever. It looks like Sackboy's ability is similar to Kirby from Smash Brothers. He seems to be able to basically take on the form of other characters. It seems like, anyway. Yeah, I don't know how to activate shock plasmid or how to activate fire plasmid. Oh yeah, I forgot to show off air versions. It's basically the same thing from what I understand. Oh, if you hold it down, huh? Oh, that's how it works. You're supposed to hold it down for a charge. Gotcha. Alright. Let's see, I think Big Daddy's only really make an appearance in the first and second one, and then the second one you play... Okay, anyway, before we do that, let's activate Big Daddy's Action 3. Oh, we go first person mode? Oh, that's, oh, what's... Looks like you just charge, basically. That's all you do, so... Oh, and they can't even use their, like, action abilities while this is going on. I forgot who the owner of oh, what's the city? It's been so long since I played Bioshock. Like, I've forgotten, like... I know the plot of the game still, but there's a lot of things I've forgotten, especially the first game. I'm kind of a bit more familiar with Infinite just because of that's the last one I played. It's been forever since I played like the first or second one. God, what is his name again? A man wins. God, I forgot the quote too. It is a quotable and it's a really good game. It's just, man, I've forgotten a lot of things about it now. All right, let's see what number 2 does. Ooh, we just go all berserk. I assume we just get faster and stronger for a few seconds and then we, you know, bust on in right there. But yeah, Mr. Bubbles or Mr. B or Big Daddy only appears in the first and second game, and he's basically the big main, not the main antagonist because there's multiple Mr. Bubbles or Big Daddies throughout the game, but they are nasty characters, and they do get tougher along the game, but at some point when you max out all your plasmids, you basically can beat them a little quicker, especially with depending which ones you get. And he's just gonna say what he always says. In Bioshock, its big thing was like how science can affect the growth of humans, and if it goes too far, and what happens when civilization tries to separate itself from other countries, but give into like pure anarchy. Oh, I can show off action level 1. This one's kind of hard to pull off because it basically the little sister comes out and basically hits a guy to steal their plasmid or whatever you want to call, or their whatever you want to call it. But it, like I said, it's kind of because she goes in an arc, so you have to kind of hit it right. Otherwise, it's gonna take a couple tries to get your that power up. It's almost easier just to wait for 2 or 3 with him. It's kind of funny how I'm just like light punching the crap out of a duder. But yeah, but with like Rapture, that's the name of the city. Oh, I'm slowly remembering everything. But okay, let's see if I can get. Unfortunately, the bad thing is, see, that's the problem with Mr. Bubbles is that his ability can be knocked down pretty easily, and with everyone attacking him, it might be tough to get it to activate and actually finish someone off with it. I might have to wait till, I might have to try and get level 2 maybe to go. See, I completely missed them all. That's probably what makes Mr. B I don't know why I keep calling Mr. I mean, it is Mr. B, but that's why playing the Big Daddy is probably one of the more difficult ones to do. So I might just see if I can get to level 2. That might be faster. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I got one of them at the very cusp of their ability of attack. Yeah, it was fun just getting all the plasmids in Bioshock and trying to find different combos and way of playing the game. It shows that the game was well designed for what it was. Okay, let me see if maybe throwing him will get him off my get him off me for a few seconds. There we go. Oh, now I just have to remember who the main dude was that we run across. The guy who runs Rapture, the guy who basically wanted to create like kind of a utopia where everyone can basically do whatever they want without the effects of the world governments and stuff like that. It was an interesting idea, and it shows the folly of man if we're left to our devices. Not that government or control is a good thing either. It's just, you know, it's a pure anarchy. Leaving everyone up to their own devices is definitely not the best solution. Golly. Yeah, I feel like I get a few seconds to maybe do something, and then at least with these guys, at least with multiple ones, I have a good chance of charging up my AP by doing that attack. At least I got one. Yeah, 2 was good too, but I don't remember 2 as much. It definitely is a different story, and it doesn't hit the right, like, and not story beats is not the word I want to use. Like the first game has a clear message on, like, well, I don't even know if there's been people who've written books and done videos that are better at describing like what the story of Rapture and Bioshock is pretty much about, or like what the story is. But I feel like 2 was kind of just, was 2 even done by the same group as the previous game? I'm trying to remember.
Very much.
I think a lot of people had went on to different projects by that point. I think 2 was still made by a lot of similar people, but I'm just trying to remember now. Oh yeah, I can't use my ability right now anymore. There, I'll show you. There we go. Nice. Got lucky there. And I thought Infinite was good, but it does. Infinite, yeah. Bioshock Infinite, it's good, but it misses some story beats that because of the gameplay had to be similar to the other two games. That certain features that are in the game don't make sense for the story that they're trying to tell. But I still liked it. Probably the best game is probably still 1. Just overall, like the theme, the feeling, what the story was told, and how it unfolded. A lot of classic moments in it. But as far as I know, the same team who did that, Mr. Bubbles, that's funny. The same team who did that have made a new studio, and I don't even know if they're making any games now or if they're still gonna have one come out. But yeah, unfortunately, the three Bioshock games are all we got, and they were good games. It's sad that that's as far as we're getting down to it. So anyway, let's see what Mr. Bubbles and the little sister do with this power they've found.
Some friends go, some friends we never see again. But we keep going on and on, don't we, Mr. B?
And thus Mr. B becomes the ultimate protector of the little sister forever and ever with this newfound power. Yeah, even though the Mr. Bubbles are the Big Daddy, there's like multiple ones in them, but apparently this one's special. But anyway, now that we've done with that, let's switch on to another character who's of a completely different, you got grimy, serious storytelling about humanity, while the other one is just a silly action-adventure game about a man who fights demons, who conveniently comes across a graffiti artist and his brother who are demons. So, but I thought the DMC Ninja Theory game was fine, but I'll admit I did like the previous franchise more than this one. But I don't know, it got more guff than it should have, despite their efforts. Like, it was still a solid action game. But anyway, let's get to it. Dante Origin, Devil May Cry, except not this Dante. Although I think there was a skin you could either buy or unlock that makes him look like the original Dante from previous Devil May Cry. But they should have called it DMC, because that's what the remake's called, just to separate it from Devil May Cry. Anyway, origin, Devil May Cry, half angel, half demon. Inhabiting both the mortal and demon worlds, Dante harnesses superhuman powers granted by his demonic heritage to battle supernatural forces which threaten mankind. As stylish as he is dangerous, Dante uses a plethora of weapons, including his twin handguns, Ebony and Ivory. Yep. I think they were gonna possibly make more games than the DMC version franchise, but because it didn't do so well, they only made the one, and then they went back to making more games than the old franchise. They took away the right, the licensing, or not licensing, the right to make the game from Ninja Theory, who went on to make. Weren't they the same people who made Hellsong, or Hellsang, or whatever it's called? I think so. But anyway. All right, well, let's play Dante from DMC and see how this reboot character deals with the All-Stars.
This city is lousy with demons. They're everywhere if you know what to look for. Not that I'm looking. If it were up to me, they'd stay in the underworld. But I guess no one asked me. They don't ask. They just drag me down into limbo for a little chat. Me? I like to talk with my swords and my guns. And I kind of feel like talking now. Doesn't matter to me what they look like or where they're from. I'm coming for the demons. And when I'm done, none of them will be left standing. You'd think the demons would know better by now. They must be as dumb as they are ugly. Okay, so they're not all ugly. And who sent you, sweetheart?
I've been sent by no one. I determine where I go, and whom I fight.
Bad choice this time. I guess we're all entitled to one, though.
The choice was made when I first picked up this weapon. Since then, I need only move forward. Through you, if need be.
Oh, it needs be. But remember, when the blade is at your throat, I gave you a chance to walk away.
All right, looks like some sword wielders going after each other. Me as Dante and Nariko from Heavenly Sword, or Heavenly,
Last
yeah,
chance
Heavenly
to walk
Sword.
away.
All right. Yep, Dante is cocky in both versions of his game, but DMC, he seems to be a bit more like, he's more, despite him probably being pretty old, he seems to be pretty like teenagery acting in the DMC remake than the official game. All right, let's go with the stats. So standard square is combo with the sword. If you press forward, though, he'll load it up with his scythe. I forgot what the scythe is called, though. So down a square, he uses his axe. I forgot what his axe is called. I think like Balmung or something like that. Okay, anyway, if you use triangle, you use Ebony and Ivory as so, and just depending on the better. Whoa! Dang it! What? You know how hard it is to pull up Nariko's thing? Ugh! And of course, I fell for it. Anyway, when you do triangle, he shoots Ebony and Ivory at different patterns and everything like that. Okay. Let's get some AP going on. Circle, he blocks. If you press up, he uses his side twirl. Down, he uses Balmung, but something comes out when he does it. Forward lets him basically dodge through characters. And I think if you do it in the air, I think it's the same for most of the stuff, yeah. At least I believe so. Yeah. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, he even blocks in midair too. Let's see. I think air for all of this stuff's pretty much okay. Down and gun is a bit differently. He does his twirl like that, which is pretty cool. All right, and I think squares. Oh, square and down, he gets his smash. Let's see. Yeah, he uses his side in the air. I think that's it. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, and I also need to show off grab. Let's see. Yeah, he kicks him in the face if he does up, or regular. Let's see if down, what down gets you. Up stomps on him, nice. And then let's go with up. Up, come on, Nariko, quit doing that. And just gut punches you, nice. Okay. Alright, so now I just got to get to level 3. I assume at level 3 he probably goes into double trigger mode. That would make sense. Yeah, Dante is actually not too bad. He gains AP rather smoothly. And he has a lot of combo potential. Probably because he comes from a game that's designed like that, so it kind of makes sense, I guess. Alright, let's see what level 3 is like. Whoop. Let's see. Yep, he goes double trigger, which makes him look like Dante from the original series.
That was lame.
Of course it does. But hey, why not? Too bad they get a... Ah, come on. Too bad they get like a bit of a invincibility, unfortunately. Which, I mean, is good for actual gameplay against other people, but bad for me when you want to get through this fight rather quickly. So let's see if I can get level 2 activated. But that was cool. Basically, just it's a one-hit KO type of thing when he goes double trigger mode. You know, the sad thing is, actually, he probably has some abilities you can probably use, but I didn't take advantage of. Let's see. I don't remember if there were any.
Now it's just
Let's see if I can do his taunt.
I'm done playing.
Yeah, yeah. I just remembered that there's a taunt button which basically drops your. Unfortunately, it drops your action points, or if it doesn't, it puts you in the midst for a possible counterattack. So it just depends on like how you're going about it. Let's see what else was gonna. Oh yeah, Andrew Ryan. That's the name of the guy from Bioshock. I just remembered it while I was messing with Dante and stuff like that. Okay, let's see if we can. Oh, dang it. Well, basically he does a charge move. So anyway, I'll try to build up a level 1 so I can just finish her off. But yeah, that's not that wouldn't be too bad. Too bad she dodged out of the way. His level 1 action one's pretty good because it activates pretty quickly, and it goes for a while and even shoots off a little beam at the very end. So sorry Naruto, Dante is better than you at least in this round. Wait till we choose as you this next time. But yeah, I really like the Devil May Cry series. The second one is probably considered the black sheep of the family because of the different gameplay, storytelling, and Dante goes a little too emo in it. But for the most part, it was still a good game. It's just, like I said, story kind of went back a bit because this was supposed to take place like hundreds of years in the future. Probably my favorite is probably 3, despite it being one of the harder ones, especially if you played the original version of it before they re-released the easy version of it, or the one that had easy mode or whatever on it. Oh boy, that was a tough game. I beat that one on normal mode. I don't know how I did. I'm not even good at action games, frankly, for the most part, but I guess I just persevered, kind of like with Dark Souls games and stuff like that. But I guess specifically since this is the Dante from the DMC version, I should probably talk about that. What it was is basically more of a youngish, well, I mean, I guess Dante was still youngish in the first and third game, at least in his mentality. But anyway, Ninja Theory made him seem like he was a bit more like a rookie in all of it, just starting out, getting used to his abilities, you know, figuring out that he was going to become a demon hunter, that type of thing. And then he runs into his brother, who acts more like the Virgil, who acts more like the serious one and responsible one, to find the demons that killed their parents and all that other stuff. And then obviously there's a big twist at the end that Dante becomes the more responsible one by the end of it, without spoiling it or anything like that. Okay, let's see if I can get that. Alright, let's see. Oh, come on! Unfortunately, like anyone, they can get their abilities can get you can get stunned while using it. It's just I've noticed it doesn't take too much to. And of course I activate during the background attacking me. When I knew it was coming, I still activated it anyway. And since I'm the one defending, I can't. It doesn't hurt them, not really. All right, I'm just trying to get a good spot so I can activate it. God, freaking! I want to swear. Okay. No, we'll just get to it. Like I said, it's not that the game's hard. It's one of those cases where I just want to get through it, and so. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Dante has never been this hard to get his thing activated. It's only with any character. It's only during this fight because, unlike the other arenas where it's the CPUs against each other, In this case, they're all against me, and there's nothing you can do about that. They all fight you because it makes sense. This should be easy now that we've got him by himself, hopefully. But yeah, Demon. One of the things I did like about DMC is the character of, I think her name was Nat. She was like a, I don't know if she was mute at the beginning or whatever, but she was a cute designed, basically the helper character for Dante and Virgil. And she was like a graffiti artist. And I just really liked her design. I thought her design was really cute. The only bad thing about not getting any sequels to it is we don't get to see more Nat. Although I've heard in the newest DMC or Devil May Cry game, Devil May Cry 5, yeah, they have a new cute character called Nico, who's your like shop or whatever. So I do need to play it because I've heard nothing but good things about number 5. Of course, I was gonna play it eventually anyway because it's Devil May Cry, but I just haven't got. At least at the time of this recording, I've yet to get to it. So I will eventually. I just don't have a lot of my. Well, actually, I don't have a lot of time really. I use most of my time for either work, my other projects, or video editing for these things after I record them. It takes up quite a bit of time, unfortunately, which means leaves me not for doing other things like watching TV. And oh, come on! Stop blocking me while you do that. Stop doing what you're supposed to be doing. Dang it!
Adios, kid.
At least I got one of them. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on, Evil Cole. Yeah, too bad it's just easier to gain AP with your class, with your like your standard combo seems to be the most effective. Well, I mean, obviously, if I was playing against other harder computers or a human AI, obviously I'd do different combos because obviously that's something different. But obviously for this game's purposes, I'm just going with what works. There we go. All right, let's get rid of Polygon and see the ending of this little. Obviously, Dante probably gets more power to fight more demons, but yeah, I mean, DMC still had solid combat. I mean, the music. Actually, the music, I would say, probably wasn't as good as in the DMC because DMC, even though I don't like heavy metal, they seem to do it quite well in the Devil May Cry series. But DMC's music was okay, I guess. I think a lot of people were mainly turned off by just the way of Dante's design. Really, I think that was all it was. But oh well, whether you like it or hate it, it was still an action game. It still had some charm to it. Oh, we unlocked the icon of the original Virgil. But let's see what this Demon Hunter gets now that he has the power of Polygon.
I'd say that was a piece of cake, but you don't use a sword like mine to cut cake. You know, I don't even think those were all demons. I'm not really sure what some of them were. Doesn't matter. Swords and guns don't care, and neither do I. They're gone now. I'm still here. So come on then, send the demons. But I'm warning you, if you thought it was tough fighting me before, it just got a whole lot tougher.
And Dante uses the power of Polygon to beat even more demons. Whoo, boy. Alright. Well, that's it for Mr. Bubbles, Big Daddy, and DMC Dante. In the next episode of PlayStation All-Stars, we'll tackle a fighting game classic character, Heihachi, from the Tekken franchise, and Naruko from the Heavily Sword game, with only one to its name. So, how will the old man and crazy lady deal with the PlayStation All-Stars? Find out next time. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.